Hello lovely ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mihael and welcome back to my vlog. This last Monday, I will call it, is a crazy Monday. I played this tournament in a selling poker club called Second Chance. 45 bucks buy-in, 750 guaranteed US dollars. It's a cool tournament. Second chance is always cool because if you go bust, you have 6,000 to start with, and then another 6,000 to try again. Let's just go into it and see how I did, and enjoy. So here we go. We look down to pocket jacks, lovely hand, action in front of me, under the gun limps. I raised to 600, small blind calls and under the gun calls. So we go 3 ways to the flop. And the flop is actually, I didn't catch this flop, so I apologize for that. A small blind checks and under the gun checks. So I bet small here, 700 on an ace high board. And then small blind 3 bets me to 1,600. Under the gun folds, I can't continue, so I have to fold my jacks face up. I show him. Yeah, unfortunate. Help me out, guys, in the comments down below. Am I seeing ghosts and folding too fast, or is this the spot where you put in a 4-bet? It would be nice to hear your thoughts. It enables me to grow even more and play better poker, so I thank you in advance. So yeah, this was unfortunate, so but I lost minimum, I guess, so I will move to the next hand here. It's pocket deuce, or in on the button, so under the gun +1, cut off eye and small blind, and big blind checks his option. We all limp. We go 5 ways to the flop. I'm the dealer here, so hopefully I'll get the flop for you. Yes, the flop is Queen 9-2. Perfect. Bottom set. The flop is just what we need. Checks to me. I bet 1,100 representing Queen, trying to deny the draws with a pot bet. Under the gun +1 and cutoff call. The reason I sized big here is because we got 2 players that are quite sticky here, and probably if I bet even more they would still call, but anyways, we go 3 ways to the turn here, which is the 6 of spades, so we probably still have the best hand here, so we want to continue to fire here, and we want to do it big. So the pot is 4,300. The turn goes check check again to me, so I fire for 3,000, and undergun +1 calls and cutoff folds. So we go heads up to the river here, and this guy is my nemesis from previous vlogs, one of the first ones. It's really uncomfortable to play with. He is kind of sticky and solid player, very aggressive, loose. He calls the bet of 3,000 here, so the pot balloons to 10,300 here. So here probably best course of action would be on the turn to already push all in. But anyways, river under the gun +1 checks. I go all in for 3,000, and who quickly folds. He probably missed his flush draw there. Should have just gone all in there on the turn. Oh well, it ended up good. So scoop a big pot here. The pocket nines next hand here. Blinds at 100, 200. I'm in small blind. Under the gun opens to 600. Cutoff calls. Button goes all in for 3,300. I reshove for 7,000. Under the gun calls and cutoff calls for 5,000. At this point, I'm thinking my pocket nines are behind. No good anymore. I don't really know if that was a mistake. I just thought at that point that was standard, and if they wake up with a big pair, then it's just what it is. I'm still beating ace king, ace queen and all those, but is this isolation going bad or just standard play running into a queens? I need help from you guys to present some arguments in the comments. That would help me a lot. I am way behind. I need miracle, 2 outer. The small shover has a pocket 4, so there we go. The run out is standard. See, if there wouldn't be a big pair, I would probably scoop that one up. So yeah, just move to the next hand here. Queen 10 off. I button small blind limp and big blind checks his option. We go 4 ways to the flop. We kind of limped a lot this tournament early. Limping is not my thing unless I'm trapping or something, but flop and turn goes check check here. The flop was ace jack 3, 2 spades. Not betting into that. Here on the turn I might be betting here, but there's 2 sticky players, so I decided just to check. I hit my straight on the river, again taunted by monster stack to go all in. Thinking he's got ace x or jack, maybe he will call off any bet, so I decide to go all in, which is a mistake. I got the nuts. I should always go for value bet on the river, but I'm a greedy bastard and get nothing as I deserve. They all quickly fold. So this next hand here, we get dealt king, jack of clubs under the gun. This time I hopefully don't limp, which is a terrible idea. I don't know why I started to do that, so I gotta correct that in the next tournament. I open to 800, under the gun +1 and big blind calls. So we go 3 ways to the flop here. And the flop is 8, 7, 5 rainbow. Big blind snap shoves for 3,200, and I'm thinking with 7 minutes left on the rebuy, I will gamble. So I go all in, saying I'm probably way behind after under the gun +1 folded after me. This is a terrible play. When you hit blank like this, you just fold, of course. I see the bad news, and big blind has 2 pair, 8, 7. But who needs percentages when you play like a donkey and get lucky? I hit a jack on the turn and king on the river and win with higher 2 pair. Oh my god, yeah. Let's just not comment anymore. Move to the next hand here. The payback is a bitch, as they say. King jack suited, get punished later. I limped this late in the tournament, which is a big mistake. Cutoff raises to 2,200. I call, we go heads up to the flop, and my punishment is coming here. This is actually not a terrible play by me. Percentage wise, I actually did what I was supposed to do. The flop is Queen 9, 8, 2 diamonds, no brain, of course. You got a shove there, almost a pot bet behind. I go all in for 6,000, get snap called by cutoff. We're facing queen jack off, and even though he's got a pair, we got 54% chance to win. So unfortunately, the bet ran out and we're out. Yes, so what did you think, guys? From 32 players, I ended up number 21, around there-ish. I felt like I kind of played really poorly as I did this vlog. Way too much limping and just going crazy gambling. I mean, with king jack of clubs, that's just insane. But my thought at the moment, if I try to at least defend it a little bit, was that, you know, it was 7 minutes left on a rebuy, so I wanted to start with a stack of 12,000 instead of being really small stack and just kind of really be behind to after the break. So I just, yeah, I mean, it's just poor poker play by me, really. And the limping part, it just has to stop. It's just too passive, and this is not me at all. I kind of just felt you know, people were limping, I was limping, and I mean, no. So I have to stop that. It's poor play. And then the third thing is I've noticed I keep over betting the rivers and turns, and you know, just going way too crazy. There's no need to risk so many chips if you have 20 big blinds or more, or just go for value. I mean, on the rivers, and get at least that extra chips that you will need later on. A lot to work on, and this is why I do these vlogs. It's just perfect learning material for me. Yes, so but after that tournament on Crazy Monday, I will call it, I sat down to play cash game, and I bought in for 450 kronas, and 5 minutes later I doubled to 800. People playing kind of loose, and there were 7 people playing 5-5 cash game with a straddle, of course. And then this particular hand, which is totally crazy, I already shared it on the Johnny Vibes Poker Squad, but I will just recap it quickly here. I got 800 kronas effective stack. I straddled to 10. The next one straddles to 20, and the next one to 40, and then we have a player that opens to 200, and the button calls 200, and I look down to pocket queens. Really want to hear your thoughts. What would you do in this spot? I decided to go all in for 800. Then the third straddler reshoves for 3,700 total. And then we have the next one, the one who opened for 200. He goes all in for 1,600. The button, of course, calls only 600 total, so we go 4 ways all in. The flop is 4-7-5. Turn is an ace, and the river is a 6. I show my queens. The third straddler has got pocket 8s. Who gets insane lucky and hits his straight. He's way behind. And then the original opener to 200, he mucks his hand, was obviously so terrible. And button had pocket 9s, so we actually were, when people were reshoving and shoving, and I thought my queens were no good anymore. But it ended up being the best decision I ever made. By the run out, it was shit. So I lost. Instead of having 3,000 kronas in my pocket, I just decided to go home, bitter. But yeah, this is how it is in poker. The runouts are bad sometimes, and you get unlucky. But most of the times, if I go in like this, I will make money. Yes, this was it for now. Couldn't keep it shorter than it was. I had so much on my mind to say, but I would really appreciate if you liked and subscribed to my channel. Leave some comments down below. You've been really great lately, showing me the other way of playing poker, just making me grow. I'm really thankful for that. This is why making poker vlogs so long, so many hours, gets repaid by your kind comments and really constructive comments. I really love it. So I'll see you next time, and I hope you're doing well, and take care.